Hello and welcome to VGA's 7th birthday party. My name is Jeanette Shaliga, and up next we've got Marian Burk Wood, and she's going to be talking to us about tuning up your cousin bait. So Marian, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we're going to talk about tuning up your cousin bait to put your ancestor finding and your cousin finding into high gear. And if you have not seen my genealogy blog, I do invite you to please take a look. So the point of cousin bait is to help us connect with cousins. And through cousin bait, I have either been found or found cousins I didn't even know I had. And I'm talking worldwide. Some second cousins, some third cousins, and even further. So, two things we're going to look at in the next 10 minutes: how to look for cousin bait, and that should give us ideas for how to leave cousin bait. On Find a Grave, on Family Search, on My Heritage, on Ancestry, and on WikiTree. So let's tune up our cousin bait. Here's a quick tutorial on how to search on FamilySearch.org for memories. And the reason we're looking for memories only, which you see in the left, is because the photos and stories that are on memories are put up by users like me and you. That means if you see a photo there, it's in somebody's collection. Or if you see a story, it's because someone like me or you put it up. So you see on the left, I filtered my search by memories, and I was looking for my late mother-in-law to see if there were photos or stories on Family Search. Here's one of the top results. It was a story. You don't get a preview on the search result, but if you click on the result, you will see the entire result. You will see a little bit of a preview on who is the person it is attached to. And then you will see who put it in, contributed by me. It's also here, contributed by me. Now you'll notice that it tells you where I am, but it also allows you, if you wish, to put up a photo. And in today's talk, you see that I put a photo up everywhere I can. They're all different photos because I want the people who find me to know that I'm a real person. I'm not a bot. I'm not an AI. And I want to encourage them to contact me by clicking on one of these links where it says the contributor. So that's Family Search Memories. Ancestry, you can do a similar kind of search by filtering for their collection called pictures. Now, I prefer to prioritize public member photos and documents. They're together in the collection called pictures. The reason I prioritize public is because private member photos and stories have no preview, and I have to contact that tree owner to try to get access. And sometimes we hear back and sometimes we don't. So I start with public. So that's why you'll see I go to the filtered collection of pictures, and then I like to choose public, but you don't have to. You can just use the search and take a look. If you need to, you can adjust the search for location and date. Here, I was searching for my husband's grandfather, Bryce Larimer McClure, and the first two results are not photos, but they're interesting handwritten documents. So if you click on one of them, you get to see not only what the document is, but who put it up as cousin bait. Here's a close-up of that image. Here's the title that the user put, and the user happens to have been me. I put this up quite a while back. I have a photo here. I have my name, and I described what this was because just looking at it, if you don't know my husband's family, you wouldn't know who Infant was or Alvaretta. But I explained that the children of X and Y, and here's their names. If you know any of these names, and you want to know more about them, or you're interested in finding a cousin who knows the Steiner family, like me, you would go down here and you would click on the user. That's why this is a great place to look for cousin bait or put up your own. Now I'm going to switch gears just for a second and show you how to use your profile on various sites to make them more powerful as cousin bait. Let's say you go to WikiTree, you use one of the tips that Catherine gave you about looking for photos, and you end up on WikiTree and you see a photo put up by somebody named Marian Wood. You can go to Marian Wood's profile and you will see, here is my family tree, but more important, what did I say about myself? I said, here's my genealogy blog, which is clickable. You can go ahead and look. And then I went on to list surnames that I'm researching. This gives you a very quick idea of whether or not there might be a surname that's in your family tree that might encourage you to go ahead and get in touch with me. And it's easy. They have a little mail. So this is one way to make your profile work for you 24/7. Tell people who you're looking for and give them a link to some place where they can learn a little bit about you. Here's my profile on MyHeritage. You can do the same kind of thing. As usual, I have a photo. I also list my main surnames down here. And I have several links. I have my genealogy blog. I have my genealogy book. And I have my Find a Grave profile. Since MyHeritage might be using some Find a Grave and might be using Billion Graves, I wanted to give people direct access to my Find a Grave because I have a lot of graves I've put up there, and I have a profile I'm going to show you. And it gives a lot more about who I'm researching. Here it is, Find a Grave, yet another photo. And if it asks you for your homepage, do put in a homepage. Your homepage can be something other than a blog. It could be, for example, your WikiTree homepage. Whatever it is, try to use the tools that your profile gives you, because this is how you enhance your ability to get cousins to find you. Here I wrote a bio that consists of who am I researching and where are they? Because when you have names like my husband's name, Wood, I had to exactly say the Wood family from Toledo, Ohio, and Cleveland, Ohio. Otherwise, it could be Wood from anywhere. So I used every bit of space that Find a Grave allowed me. So you can do this. You can add your photo. You can include your home page, whatever you wish to use as a home page. And names and places. This is free, folks. All of these profiles are free. So why not make use of them? Ancestry. Many of us are on Ancestry, either searching or documenting our trees. Your profile, especially if you have DNA, is a great place to tell people about yourself. I have yet another photo. In the About Me column, I explain I have a blog, I'm a Find a Grave user, and I list a whole bunch of research interests. My husband's family name, Bentley, from New York State, and I give dates. Because on Ancestry, people can look at my public trees, and they can also correlate to what I'm trying to research. My final bit of cousin bait tip is look at the trees that you own, and think, can you give them more descriptive names? At the top right, you see I have one of several trees, and it lists a lot of surnames. I do that so that people will know who's in that tree and who intermarried. For example, if you were researching my paternal grandfather, Isaac Burke, as I did on Ancestry, only looking for family trees, there are 99 trees, public trees. Now, the top 3 results are shown here. This one has a long name and explains who's in it. This one also has 31 records. Here's another descriptive name, Schwartz Farkas Weiss families from Hungary, 15 records. Here's a tree called Frank's tree, and he has 6 records. Which of these would you investigate first? Okay, here's what I think. I would go for the top 2 because I might know something about the names that intermarried with Isaac Burke. But a name like Frank's tree doesn't tell me anything about the people who were there. And Frank's tree, by the way, look at the number of people, 30,000. So in my book, Frank is a name collector. He may not actually know much about Isaac Burke, but a name on a tree gives me hope that I might be able to actually connect with cousins. So folks, name your trees. It's an easy, free way to get cousin bait out there in the world. So just to recap, when you're putting your cousin bait into high gear, I showed you how to search. You're looking for pictures on Ancestry. You're looking for memories on Family Search. You can look for who uploaded each photo or each story or bite-sized bio, and that might be the person to contact to see if you are related. You can upload your own cousin bait using these techniques, but as Catherine showed you, it's really easy to have people's privacy invaded even by accident. So please don't put up photos that include living people and don't list the names of living people on these various websites. And an easy way to tune up your cousin bait, flesh out your profiles and your tree names. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about tuning up your cousin bait.